Hey guys, Bakucada here, and this is the second time I've actually done one of these types of videos. Last time I did it were a lot of fun to make. The last time I did this video I hadn't experienced all the warframes, and I hadn't messed with a few of them. But now we have a read and list of my top 5 warframes. I hope you enjoy. One thing I do want to point out is this is my top 5 warframes. I do admit that there are some better options that could have gone on this list, but this is just personally the warframes I enjoy playing the most in the game. Okay, so coming into the relay at number 5. And I will admit I haven't formatted this warframe yet, but from what I've played of this warframe, I really do like them. And there'll be definitely a lot more work going into it. But anyway, our number 5 is Garuda. Here she is. So Garuda is a really good warframe. I just haven't had a chance, as I said, to properly work on her. Anyway, let's get into her abilities and we'll show them one by one. So here we have a corrupted heavy gunner, and I'm going to use this guy to demonstrate some abilities. So first of all, look how much damage I'm doing. Oh yeah, by the way, this is one of Garuda's passive abilities, which is if I don't have a melee weapon equipped, I can use her talents. So if you look, I'm doing a fair amount of damage. Not like loads and loads. Garuda's passive comes in that she can actually give herself damage buffs and get energy. So now if you look, see the numbers are a lot bigger. But oh no, I now need health. Well, Garuda's second ability has you covered. She's very gore themed, which is something I quite like. She's just a fun warframe to play around with. This is what I think is probably the best thing to build around with Garuda, but it's up to people. So let's get another one of those dudes. So the first ability, Dread Mirror. Basically, I can attack him like that, and then when he gets up, this mirror absorbs all incoming damage from this guy. And freeze. So her ultimate ability is Seeking Talons. Basically this guy is prone to slash procs now, which means I can do a lot more damage to him. And take him out rather quickly. Also taking myself out, but yeah. Let's just admire her look. She looks freaking amazing. As I did forget to put in, so it's here now, this is the build I use with Garuda. It is going to get updated, but if you want to copy what I had there, yeah. Into the number 4 spot now. This frame is hard to describe because originally I wasn't a big fan of it, but then I grown to like it. And at number 4, it's Nidus, the infested boy. So here he is, the infested warframe. So Nidus's abilities all revolve mainly around his stacks. His first ability, which I believe you pronounce it as Virulence, is basically a foot stomp, and it does a nice amount of damage. But if you look, the more damaging enemies, the more stacks I get. This now comes into Nidus' second ability, Lava. Now the first two abilities can combo really nice together, as the playstyle gets known, Suck and Stamp. Third ability, Link. This costs 1 stack, and you can link to an enemy, sharing damage between you and that enemy. Also, I quite like the fashion thing with Nidus when he gets more stacks. Also though, anytime I do a foot stamp, and I'll try and stand back to show you this, you can see wherever I'm aiming, I get a foot stamp. So basically by linking, you can get a lot more stacks. Now this is ulti, costing 3 stacks, gives you a field. Now this field heals you. Also gives you some really cool exploding maggots. So if I link to an enemy and stay in this field, as you can see, I'm very rarely taking damage. All I need to do is try and keep the stacks up. Now, when I would die with Nidus, instead of dying, I get a state called undying, and that's basically I lose 15 stacks instead of dying. I'm still gaining stacks. The stacks do cap off at 100, by the way. But yeah, if you look, because it's going to happen any moment now. Kill me already, god damn it! There we go! At the point I would die, instead I can become undying. Ooh, that's nice and quiet. Anyway, let's insert footage here of Nidus being Nidus. Okay, so coming into the number 3 spot. This was a hard one to choose between 3 and 2, but I did a few tests and realised the number 2 Warframe deserved to be higher. So this is my number 3 spot, Valkyria. It's the Undying Valkyria. So, Undying Valkyria. Basically a lot of armour has gone into this build. Steel charge, and then a lot of armor or stuff to give you extra armor and stuff. And yeah, look at that. Look at that armor. The reason why she's been upgraded from last time is last time I was not using the quick thinking mod, but she can truly survive a lot better situations now. The one thing that makes this build a lot better though is this build doesn't really consume energy other than for Hunter's Adrenaline. Sorry, other than for Warcry. And that's the only reason Hunter's Adrenaline is in this thing. Warcry so you get your armor increased, but also if my health does seem to go down to a very low point, then I can go to my last resort and get a lifesteal off of the ulti. Yeah, as long as you've got healing return on your melee weapon, you're pretty much sorted. Oh no, I'm about to die. If only I had something I could do about that. After that, just keep it in. The second place Warframe, and the way how I put this Warframe against Valkyria was basically I was seeing which could survive longest, and which could basically do the most damage and stuff. But number 2 is Octavia. So Octavia here, she's like ordered second on the list for a few reasons. First one is I love music myself, and the fact she has this. But yeah, she has her own like music making software, kind of. But what I like is her abilities actually do revolve around that. So I'm going to show you these abilities one by one. So the mallet is that drum beat that you just heard, and the way how it works is whenever it comes round, it'll absorb all damage in, when it's playing through the song, and then when it comes to the next drum beat, it releases all that damage out. So there's two types of mallet builds you can do here. So as you guys can see, the more damage that the Mandachord's taking is giving out. If we change it, as you can see there, it's absorbing all that damage into just the next hit. So Octavia's second ability then makes this thing. So Resonator, and this follows the bass of your song. And this guy won't even care about me. All he's bothered about is shooting that. One thing that's quite good about the Resonator is if you cast Mallet, the Resonator will actually pick up the Mallet. And as you can see there, he's chasing it around and getting dealt damage. So the third part of your song, so your third ability is the Resonator, and this works with the third part of your song. Now what you can do with Octavia is, depending on what actions you do when these rings meet you, you can turn invisible, you can gain a speed boost, you can gain multi-shot on your weapon, and you can also deal extra melee damage. Octavia will literally give you a sea of buffs. So the two ways how you can play this part is, you can either get the big buffs and have a really cool, so as long as you can get it on precise and get the effects almost immediately, they'll get like really strong effects. Or you can do something like this that, you know, has pretty much on every single beat pretty much. So what this means you can do is pretty much whenever you duck, you can get the buff. Whenever you jump, you can get the buff. Whenever you shoot, you can get the multi-shot buff. And whenever you melee, you can get the multi-shot buff. Octavia's fourth ability works kind of with how all the other three do, but this time it doesn't work to your song. It's called Amp, and as you can see now, we have this cool thing. Whenever I shoot, I'll make any kind of noise. This increases the damage I can do. So if I mix it all with my song, you can see this guy gonna die very quickly. And you can probably already guess the reason she outlasted Valkyria. But yeah, she, after taking a look at her build, she is actually become quite a higher up warframe anyway. So this is the build I currently use with Octavia. Mainly revolves around power strength and duration. I've added some efficiency in there so it's easier to use the abilities over. Range isn't needed as much, I've found, as the enemies will still for quite some distance go after your Resonator. Now one of the things I use with this is any polearm based weapon. This is the Plague Crypath. Not complete yet, as I still need to figure some stuff out, but yeah, there's that. It's probably going to take a few more format because I'm going to put in this Sacrificial Steel just to up the crit chance even more. All you need is Octavia and your melee weapon. Anyway, let's go into what is my number one warframe. And here it is, our number one choice. It was quite hard to choose a number one because there are a lot of good warframes in the game. But I've managed to whittle it down and choose my number one warframe. Coming in number one, it's Vauban. So let me show you, just there's something I want to show you first with Vauban, and it involves me coming down here. Shut the fuck up.
Play of the game.
This is Mesa, this is like my number one frame. I even had to make a video on it. So the way how Mesa's abilities work is they're all pistol based, if you haven't already guessed, and let's show you. So the first ability is Ballistic Battery. Activate it and start shooting an enemy, and you'll see it builds up a nice damage count there that caps off at 100. When I then activate it again, this damage is going to be loaded into my next shot. And you get a pretty nice thing there. So the second ability, Shooting Gallery, does two things. First of all, when I use it, it ups the damage of my pistols, and it also blocks the enemy pistols, or enemy guns, like this. So as you can see, it's blocked his, and if I start shooting him, I do more damage to him. And whoops, I've accidentally killed him. The third ability gives me a damage reduction. He also damages this guy as well. Using all three of these abilities together can be really good. And you'll usually see a lot of people use these two abilities together in most missions. But I'm not most people. The fourth ability, which you saw me doing the little Overwatch parody thing, gives me a reticle. Like that there. Now this targets everyone in this reticle, and I use my Peacemaker. I use my regulators. Oh yeah, the ability is called Peacemaker as well, which just makes it even more better. And basically can do this. Now it starts to shrink as we go along, but that just means you can make more focused shots. However, if you use it with the Mesa's Waltz augment, I've tried this with all over mods, and it's Mesa's Waltz that does it, this ring starts to grow again. So the build I use for Mesa is this here, mainly going more around efficiency and duration this time, as power strength isn't really needed that much and range doesn't really do anything. 2 arcane velocities to give me as much fire rate as possible. Arcane velocity, if you want to read it there. And then the regulator, this is the regulator's build, corrosive damage, and a metric fuck ton of crit. Like, she's not only good at taking out big groups of enemies, but she's also good at going against bosses.
You're still in the clear. No detection.
If you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao for now.